Hello, this is Alan Scarrow, and this is the introduction to our new leadership development series. There'll be a variety of lectures and didactic sessions on some aspects of leadership development here at Mercy, and it's our hope that this will help you prepare for more and more diverse leadership roles in the organization. To start, here is our commitment as an organization to you, and that is that we are committed to developing and supporting leaders to do so in a way that promotes a culture of leadership throughout the organization, and to do so in a transparent environment. This is key to trust in any organization, that from the outside looking in or from the inside looking out, people can understand how the organization runs, what's expected of them, and what piece they have in the overall mosaic that comprises the organization. So we hope that this makes you both a better leader as an individual and of course contributes to the overall progress and growth of the organization. So why are you here? Why are we talking about leadership development? Well, the truth is that outside of these folks here, this United States Supreme Court members, none of us have a lifetime appointment in the position that we are in. People move on, they retire, they decide to go to another organization, they get sick, their family members get sick. All of these things happen as a due course of business for any organization. And we need to be prepared on several different levels within the organization to have people step forward into new and broader responsibilities. So that's something that we really hope to accomplish through this series of lectures. So, as many of you know, Mercy has been on what we would call a talent journey for a couple of years. A talent journey to us has meant that we are trying to identify people that have the capacity to step into leadership roles in the organization. And there's no question that talent is important. This is a talent being defined as something that none of us deserved necessarily, that we were just born with. All of us have these types of gifts and talents. But here's the thing, talent is only a part of the equation. Here's the author Stephen King. I like this quote, "Talent is cheaper than table salt." It's true. Everybody has talents. Everybody has capabilities. Here's a famous athlete, Michael Jordan, who says, everybody has talent, but ability takes hard work. And I think for any of us who have tried to become great at something, you know that no matter what talent you may possess, really taking that talent and making yourself into all that you can be takes a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication, whether you're talking about basketball or writing or leading a group of people and developing yourself as a leader in the organization. That also is a difficult thing. I like this quote by the poet Eric Jean. "Everybody has talent. What is rare is the courage to follow the talent to the dark place where it leads." Again, sort of emphasizing the point that developing your own natural talents, whether you are in this organization as a physician, as a nurse, a technician, an assistant, support staff, whatever it is, your talents lie within you, something that you didn't do anything for. God gave them to you. But what we're talking about here is taking those talents and working very hard. It may take you to a very difficult place where you are uncomfortable, but that's what's necessary for you to grow those talents and develop yourself into an even better leader. So here's kind of a pictorial of sort of how I think about this. So growth sort of happens in something many people will call a zone. And it's this intersection between what we're comfortable with and what we're uncomfortable with. And right in the middle, the intersection of that is kind of this great area where we push ourselves, not living out here in a zone of comfort where things are familiar. We know how to do these things. And not out here where we're very uncomfortable. We're in waters that we've never been in before. But somewhere in the middle of that is an area where we can really grow, and develop our talent. Again, no matter what that talent is, whether it's in sports or music or writing or leadership. And that's sort of where we're asking you to live at in order to develop. Another way to, I suppose, think about this is something called iteration. So an iteration is where we learn a new skill. It might be a video like this, reading a book. It might be just observing others in the organization, taking what you learn in that setting and applying it. But iteration is not that's not the end of iteration. It means taking that experience that you have as you apply it and feeding that back into your fund of knowledge so that you can change your approach, change your thinking about how to solve a problem, about how to influence a group, about how to lead your group or your committee to doing something that perhaps they haven't done before. So that's what I refer to as, or what's referred to as iteration. And what I mean when I'm saying that it's not just enough to learn. It's you've got to apply it and then learn those things, the lessons learned from applying it, to feed it back. And that's a very important thing in living in that zone where we are, where we're constantly learning, both as individuals and as an organization. Another reason to I think really engage in this series of talks is that you cannot become all you can be as a leader if you fail to develop leadership and skills of the people that report to you. Another way of saying that is that there's no success without succession. As I mentioned in the earlier portion of the video, things are going to change. People are going to move on and retire and go to other organizations or unfortunately become ill. We've got to be ready as an organization to have people step up and take on broader responsibilities throughout time. And leaders who fail the process of succession really place their organizations in a position of decline. You can see this, unfortunately, in a number of organizations, not just in healthcare and retail and manufacturing of all sorts. The stories are replete out there of businesses that have not been able to achieve this succession plan. And unfortunately, they don't survive, and neither will we if we don't do this. There's a law and taught in many business schools called Packard's law, and that is that a great company is more likely to die from indigestion than starvation. In other words, it's not a lack of ideas that we have as an organization that will potentially undo us. It's not that at all. It's rather that we can't develop the talent enough. We don't have the people to act on the ideas and develop the ideas into something that's both meaningful and profitable. So David Packard here of Hewlett-Packard fame had this quote: "No company can grow revenues faster than its ability to get the right people to implement the growth." It is true for Hewlett-Packard. It is true for Mercy as well. So over the course of these videos, we'll be talking about several things that we hope will help you develop as a leader. We'll talk some about crucial conversations first, and then leading change in an organization, improving your communication skills, and then how to persuade and how to use your own personal power to persuade and influence the groups or the committees that you're leading, building a culture within the organization, and then characteristics of high-performing groups. So I hope this is worth your time and that you go on to develop yourself as a better leader in the organization.